Hello, what's up guys? I'm Kyle from KGR, and with the PlayStation 5 just around the corner, I think it's finally time for me to talk about my history or my story with the PS4. Now, this is not a video talking about like its whole life cycle, its whole story, like the history of it, I guess. Like, I'm not doing a documentary. I'm talking about my personal experience with the thing, what I liked, what I disliked about the thing, and my favorite games and all that stuff. But if you do want a video like that, I'm pretty confident this YouTuber named Mystic is eventually going to do a video like that, and he's one of my favorite PlayStation YouTubers of all time. And what I love about him is just like he's genuine. Like, he has a full-time job and he does YouTube for the hobby. Yeah, he makes money on it, I can guarantee you. But he doesn't make a video for the paycheck. He does it because he's passionate about it. Like, I can see the love behind it, and like that's what I love about his content. So sub to Mystic, yeah, please do that. But anyway, yeah, like I was saying, like this is pretty much my personal story with the PS4. So if you like story times, there you go. If you don't like story times, well, you can leave the video. I don't care. So let's begin with how I got the PS4, at least my first PS4. I have two PS4s currently, but none of them are dead. I just have two. So let's start off with the launch edition, kinda. So I didn't pick this up day one. I actually got this guy the day after Christmas. Okay, I'm gonna put this over here because I don't feel like holding it the whole time. Plus, you know, it's a nice display piece, I guess. So anyway, I got the PS4 the day after Christmas. Here, I was 20 when I first got this thing, and I was saving up my money, and then I saved up my Christmas money. And I remember Christmas Day, I was counting my money, and I'm like, oh, I have enough for a PS4. I wanted a PS4 for Christmas, but it was expensive, and I didn't want to have mom do that because she could barely afford a PS3 when that came out. Not when it came out. When I got mine, I should say. There was a Slim out, and there was a bundle where you got Medal of Honor and Uncharted 2, and I got rid of Medal of Honor because I hate shooters. Point is, yeah, like, she had a hard time paying for that, and I think that was like $300 at the time, maybe, I don't know. So I knew if I wanted this thing, I had to get it myself. And as I was counting up my Christmas money, I'm like, I just have enough. Not enough for tax. I had to borrow money from mom for tax, but I had enough to buy the PS4. I'm like, I'm happy, I'm ready, let's go. So I ended up calling a bunch of places the day after Christmas. I called, I believe, Toys R Us. Remember when that was a thing? I called GameStop, I believe, because I didn't want GameStop to be my first choice. And then I called Walmart, and lo and behold, Walmart had one. And I think as soon as I did that, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I can't remember if I called Best Buy or not. I tried calling as many places as I could. I'm like, well, Kmart's not going to have any because their electronics department's gone. Well, at least their gaming section is gone. So anyway, so I found one, but I found this like early in the morning. At the time, I couldn't drive yet, so I had to rely on mom for my ride. And my mom was working, I believe, or something. I don't remember. Point is, she wasn't home, so I had to wait to get my PS4. And I'm a little bit like anxious. I'm a little bit nervous. And then she comes home, and I call them again. And they still got it. I'm like, okay, good. So we end up going to Walmart, and of course it's a madhouse because it's the day after Christmas. Everyone and their mother is there, including me and my mother. So as soon as she goes in front of the door, I like jump out of the car and I'll tell her, I'll meet you back there, because I knew time was running short and there's a lot of people there. And I go to like the game section and I see it indicates, I'm like, oh, there it is. So I get the guy to open it up, get it for me, and then I have to wait for mom to give me the rest of my money. So we're sitting there for a minute. At first the guy's all like, are we really waiting for your mom? How long is she gonna be? Because I guess he was assuming that like she's like working or something. I'm like, no, she's parking the car. Like, calm your tits, dude. So I'm waiting on mom, and I get the thing, I pay for it. But you're probably wondering, what games did I get? None. I can only afford the PS4. And to be honest, there wasn't really much on PS4 at launch that I wanted. I didn't care about shooters, like I said earlier. So like Call of Duty, Battlefield, I don't care about that shit. Like what's next? With the games that I play, I'm very casual. I especially love like family-friendly games. I didn't play Lego games, but like, I don't know, Sonic, Crash, Mario, that's the kind of games I'm into for the most part. So the only thing comparable like that is Knack. And I heard it was very mediocre. And like, I was curious about the game, but I did not want to pay $60 for that game. No way in hell. I still don't have that game in my collection. The game's cheap now. So, I had PlayStation Plus because I had a PS3 previously. So, because of me having that, I managed to get Contrast, which was, it was a cool idea, but I only played it for a couple minutes and it just stopped because it didn't grasp me. I played Resogun for a little bit, and Resogun was kind of cool, but again, didn't really care about it all too much. Since I had a PS3, I bought Flower digitally, and then they're like, hey, you can have a PS4 copy for free, and I'm like, okay, I'll play that. And at first I was like, do I really want to play this again? But then I actually played it, and it's beautiful. Like, 60 frames a second, better textures. Notice how I say that, the better frame rate, better textures. That's something that you see a lot on PS4, and it's something that I don't like about it, to be honest. Well, at least I should say something that I didn't like for a while. The PS4 had a lot of ports. Like, it's one thing if you do a simultaneous release, like with Call of Duty Ghosts, for example. Put on both PS3 and PS4, because a lot of people still have PS3. Sure, I don't care about that. That's perfectly fine. But they ported a lot of games on PS3 to PS4. I can kind of understand PS3 games like the exclusives, because a lot of 360 players jumped board. They jumped on next shift to play PS4. I'm like, okay, sure, fine, whatever. But like, there's a lot of PS3 and 360 games ported to PS4 and Xbox One, and I'm like, is it really that necessary? Especially when you can get those games for so cheap. I feel like you're better off going with a cheaper one. And for a while, I felt like that was half the game's library, just older games just remastered. Yeah, they look prettier, but I didn't want to support that. But I ended up buying games like that anyway. Like, I bought Last of Us like that, because I'm like, sure, let's see what 60 frames a second looks like. I bought GTA because I knew the online was going to be better on PS4. I'm like, okay, that one's fine. I only played the online for a couple months anyway. I stopped playing after that. I didn't even rebeat the story. And we did get a lot of remakes as well. Like, we got, like, revivals of games, but I'm gonna save that for later. Let's get back to the story. So of course I'm liking my PS4, but honestly, like I told you, like, I'm more into the casual stuff, especially platformers. I ended up loving my Wii U originally more than I loved my PS4, but of course eventually we got better games. Took time, but we got them. Then PS4 Slim and PS4 Pro came out. I'm like, they're cool, but I don't need them. Like, I have my PS4, I don't have a 4K TV yet, so like, I don't need it that bad. But then Kingdom Hearts 2.8 came out, and I see Kingdom Hearts 60 frames a second. I'm like, that looks nice, but I can do that on my PS4. But then I saw gameplay for Birth by Sleep 0.2 on a PS4 Pro, and I'm like, oh boy, I need to get a PS4 Pro now. But I really did not want to pay $400 again for pretty much the same console, but with prettier visuals and prettier frame rates. So eventually my boss was selling his, because I guess he needed money, and he was selling this around when the Switch was coming out. Now I pre-ordered my Switch like the day after the press release, so I already put my whole full 300 plus tax down, so that's probably like 330 or so. I'm like, okay, yeah, cool, we're good. So the day after the Switch came out, I bought my boss's PS4 Pro. I think I got it for like $200 or something like that. Pretty much, like, it was a steal. I'd be stupid not to do it. I got it, had a good time. Sure, like, Infamous looked a little bit prettier because the frame rate was a little bit more stable, but the game looked pretty anyway, so I was fine. But I mainly got that thing for Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, I, to this day, still have yet to play Kingdom Hearts 2.8. I have no idea what the 0.2 Birth by Sleep plays like. But, God, Kingdom Hearts 3 plays pretty decently on a PS4 Pro. I love it. Oh, yeah, I got a PS4 Pro. I should probably show that off. Yeah, here it is. So yeah, now I have two PS4s, and some of you are probably wondering, Kyle, like, why didn't you sell your original PS4? Well, I guess it was like a very sentimental thing, because it was like one of the first consoles I bought by myself, for the most part. I mean, I got the Wii U before the PS4 came out, and I bought that with my own money as well, but like, I bought that like really close to launch, and I was super excited. And I remember like my brother gave me extra money on Christmas just so I can get the PS4, because he knew how bad I wanted one. And I just kept it as a sentimental value, I guess. But I wanted to have two PS4s anyway, because I can let a girlfriend at the time borrow one, or just have one out in the living room in case I want to play on a bigger TV. I don't know, like, I like having options, or just playing multiplayer with friends. I don't know. Like, if you have the opportunity to have that luxury, why not take it? And if I sold it, the money would only be there temporarily, but this PS4 will be here for a lot longer. That's the way I see it. Oh, whoops. So I guess I'm going to go over the things I don't like about the PS4 before I go over to the things I do like. I gotta get the bad out first. I don't know. So like I said, I liked my Wii U more than my PS4 originally, because there was more like content that I liked personally, that was more to my taste. And I guess there was like a better flow in comparison to stuff that I like on Wii U more than PS4. And for the longest time, my Wii U collection was bigger than my PS4 collection. Now that's changed, because, you know, Wii U died and eventually Switch came out. But like, even then, like, I think with the Switch games and Wii U games combined, I don't think it's as big as my PS4 collection. Yeah, because again, it's just a lot of games being ported, but not enough like original games, like exclusives. And again, at least not for me. Like, there's plenty of original PS4 games out, it's just there's nothing that I wanted to play. Not into shooters or anything like that, like, and that's a good majority of the game's library. Same with PS3. But I'm guilty though. I have bought plenty of these ports. I've bought GTA 5 again. I bought Last of Us again. I bought the Kingdom Hearts games again. And even then, like, GTA 5 didn't even run at 60 frames a second. It'd be one thing if it did, but it didn't. So like, there's almost no point, except for, you know, the better online, all that stuff. And I noticed how kind of barren the PS4 is. At least, the one thing I like about the PS3 is, like, that thing is a huge media hub. It is a nice media central. It's a good time. Like, you can, like, load a bunch of pictures, music, videos. I mainly use it to back up my stuff. And plus, like, have my games, YouTube, all that stuff. I don't know, it felt like a nice media hub, and I noticed over the years, they added more and more and more to it, like more features, especially PlayStation Home. That was great, and I was expecting that kind of thing with the PS4 as well, and they didn't do too much to the PS4. The PS4 is mostly a gaming system, and yeah, sure, you have your media apps as well, like Hulu, Netflix, YouTube, all that jazz, PlayStation View when that was a thing, but it didn't like upgrade itself too well like it did with the PS3. The PS3 really transformed itself, and I thought it was fantastic. But sadly, we didn't get that on PS4, and it's fine. Normally, I'd be like, oh, we didn't get backwards compatibility on PS4. A lot of people would complain about that, but personally, I don't care because I have all those systems still. But the one thing I really despised about the PS4, and this is not even just PS4, like, it's not just their fault, it's the digital aspect of gaming in general. So the thing I did is kind of it is my fault. So like, I have myself to blame for this, but like, it like kind of still emphasizes like my point more. So when you buy things digitally, you don't own it, you just have a license. I've heard people rant about this all the time, and I didn't care because hey, I can still play it just fine, it doesn't matter. But I modded my PS3, and I know, oh boy, Kyle, you're in trouble. My viewers already know about the story, but this is for those who probably aren't new. So hi, if you're new, subscribe, maybe. Point is, I modded my PS3 so I could play PS2 games. I said earlier, oh, I have my PS2, it's fine. However, my Elgato HD60S, I'm pointing over here because it's where it is, but it's behind the PS4. So anyway, point is, my capture card, the thing that records my gameplay, is not compatible with my PS2. It's not because it's just HDMI. Here, the Elgato HD60S in particular cannot handle a 480i as resolution, and the majority of PS2 games run that way, sadly. So I have no way of playing those games, nor any way to stream them. So I modded my PS3 to play those games, at least most of those games. Not all of my games are compatible with it, but a good chunk are. So I was doing that to mainly stream my PS2 games again, and like it worked. It worked for a good bit. It was a good fun time. But then Sony found out that I did it, and I was doing it on my main account. I should have done a burner account. So they found out and they banned my account permanently because they're afraid of me like pirating and all that shit. But if anything, it encourages me to pirate more because they banned my account. Now, anything on PS3 that I had, if it's digital, as long as it's not PlayStation Plus and it's currently installed on my PS3, I'm fine. I can't log in anymore. I can't re-download those games. So if they're installed, they're fine. PS4, on the other hand, is quite a bit different. Everything is DRM, essentially. So like, you would have to sign in to make sure you have that shit. So when they banned my account, I lost everything digitally. I lost all the games I bought. I lost all the DLC that I bought. I literally did lose just about everything. And I couldn't transfer my save data from one account to another either, like you could on PS3. I literally had to start all over. And all those years of like PlayStation Plus games I had for free are now gone. And to be honest, I was only renewing my Plus just to play my old games again. Or just to keep those games, I mean. I rarely played video games online because I'm more into the single player aspect. The only game I play online right now on PS4 is Crash Team Racing. That's it. But luckily, a lot of games that I wanted to re-get on PS4 digitally, like I can get physically for cheap. There's only one game I would need to re-get that's expensive now, and that's the limited run release of Oddworld Abe's Odyssey Remake. There's a lot of PS1 games that actually got remade on PS4. Like, we got Parappa Rapper. That was just a remaster, though. Like, that's just, like, the ROM and better textures. It's done. But, like, we got, from the ground up, we got Medieval. We got Crash. We got Spyro. What else we get? I don't know. We got a bunch of games. And so I'm like, cool! I think it's really funny. On PS4, PS1 games were remade. PS2 games were remade, technically, because of Kingdom Hearts. And, you know, you can digitally download those games again anyway, like Bully, San Andreas, and all that stuff. PS3 games, because they kept remaking those. And PS4 games, like, it's got a good library. Why not? So anyway, like I was saying, I lost everything. But everything I wanted to re-get, like, it was cheap anyway, so it didn't matter. Or I can just get the Game of the Year edition for, like, 20 bucks. And get all the DLC again, so it didn't matter. But I was saying how, like, you know, the PS1 games are being remade. That's one thing I'm very grateful for about the PS4. As much as I love the PS3, there wasn't an original Crash Bandicoot game on there. Like, there is no PS3 Crash games at all. PS4, on the other hand, like, sure, it goes against my rule of, oh man, they just remade them. But, like, they remade them from the ground up. Like, the game got a beautiful overhaul, and it's gorgeous, and it's getting Crash popular again. And it's not just the fact that Crash is on PlayStation again, it's the fact that Crash itself has revived. There is so much more Crash Bandicoot merch now. This hat wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for that freaking remake, and that makes me happy. Like, I love Crash to death. Every wall in this room has something Crash Bandicoot on it. And like another thing that I'm thankful for about the PS4 is, like, a lot of the games that I loved originally on PS3, they ended up getting like one or two more sequels on the PS4. But a chunk of the games that I loved on PS3 and got the sequels on PS4, they're kind of done now. So, like, I'm kind of concerned about, like, how much I'm going to love the PS4, not PS4, the PS5, freaking numbers. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to love the PS5, like, with its own original content. If I'm not into, like, those super mature and gritty games, what am I going to play? Maybe a new Crash Bandicoot. That's it. New GTA when that comes out eventually. I don't know. Like, there's gonna be a lot of stuff on PlayStation 5 that I'm very excited for. Oh yeah, one more thing I don't like about PS4, okay? The time you have to wait to play these games. Technically, there's a thing on PS3, but it's even worse on PS4. Because on PS4, you have to install all your games from the disc. Like, sometimes on PS3, like, it would make you install the game for faster load times. Yeah, sure, that's fine. But only some games are like that. And of course, you have your day one patches, and they took a bit too. But with PS4, you have to install the whole game. Every game, you gotta install every game. And then there's a huge day one patch. Or if you got an older game, yeah, you got like a bigger patch or whatever later. Like, God, it was more annoying than anything, to be honest. Like, just today, as of this recording, I go to play my second, like my regular PS4 that's out in the living room. I go to play that, and first there is a system update. Okay, we all have system updates. It's fine. Probably turn the thing on more often so I can avoid these things. Okay, my fault. Whatever. Then there's an update for Crash Team Racing, and the update is like 3 gigs big. Really? Other than I can finally play the game. So yeah, sure. I had to sit for like probably like at least 20 minutes before I could play my game. And yeah, so you have to install all these games, but it fills up your hard drive space so quick. It's like, why? Why do this to us? And that has me concerned about how PS4, I want to say like 4 and 5 at the same time. 5. So like freaking goofy at that point. But yeah, I'm concerned about how PS5's gonna go because, yeah, sure, we got faster load times because of SSD. But 4K visuals, there's a lot of textures you gotta download. I don't know. I'm scared to see how this thing goes. And because they have their own proprietary technology on solid state drives, upgradable storage, you can't just slap a hard drive in there. They're probably going to have their own proprietary storage as well, because that's what they did with the Vita. It's kind of what they did with PSP, but it's not 100% proprietary. They made those memory cards on their own Sony camcorders as well and all that stuff. The point is, like, I have a feeling they're going to do expandable storage, and it's going to be proprietary, and it's just going to be a pain. But we'll see how it goes. I have a job. I can afford it. Kinda. Tax returns. I'll buy it with that. That kind of is my game plan, to be honest. If not, I'm just going to tap into savings. Because, like, I have, like, a couple grand in savings, and that was my main plan. I'm just going to buy it, borrow the money from that, and just fill it back up with a tax return. But, yeah, like, I remember I would look at my PS3 collection, and I'd be all like, man, there's a lot of games I like on PS3. But there's a lot of giant chunks of games, like a chunk of Guitar Hero, a chunk of Little Big Planet, a chunk of Naruto, a chunk of Sonic, Uncharted. You get it. But with PS4, it's not like that. My collection of PS4 games is almost as big as my PS3 games, but there's no more than like 2 or 3 from the same series. So I guess the PS4 has a more wider range of my game taste than the PS3 does, and I thought the PS3 had the best range of taste for my gamerness. I can't remember what my grades were in English class, but I should probably go back. So, I think it's a good time to talk about my top 5 games on PS4. I almost want to say PS5. Again, I'm stupid with numbers. This could be its own video, but I'm not professional, and I think we should probably say it in this video anyway, because why not, right? Alright, so, favorite games on PS4. They're all right here. Is this 5? Yeah, top 5, okay? This is no particular order, either. It is just, out of all my games, these 5 are my favorite. Done. Best YouTuber. I know. Watch out, PewDiePie, here I come! Okay, so, we got Spider-Man. Yeah! Spider-Man was freaking the bomb. Oh my god, like, I got this new ring light, and I'm trying to figure out how to show things off, because, you know, everything's gonna be reflective. So anyway, I got Spider-Man. Man, this game is beautiful. This game is fun. And I cannot wait to get an action figure based on this Spider-Man. Man, this is probably my favorite Spider-Man story of all time. Like, I love the Tobey Maguire movies, but God, this was... Woo! Great! I also got Naruto Storm 4. Again, like, I can't really tell how well it's reflecting on the camera. But yeah, this game... I invested a lot of money into. Okay, so listen to this bull crap. Okay, so I bought the game at $60. I was... Oh, dropping games. I was excited for this game. Very, very excited for this game. So I love the Storm games on PS3. In fact, that's what those games got me to Naruto in general. So I was waiting a few years for this game. I was super excited. So they released the game, and then they put out a season pass. I'm like, okay, I'll get the season pass. Fine, whatever. Then they put out an expansion pack outside of the season pass. So that was another 20 bucks. And there, I invested $100 into the game. Fine, whatever. But since I hacked my PS3, lost all my digital stuff, everything on this game is gone. So I bought the Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 Road to Boruto. So an extra 20 bucks, because yeah, I got the game for 20 bucks, because you can't find it for that cheap anymore, thankfully. So I spent an extra 20 bucks to get all that shit back. But the save data didn't transfer over. So I have to replay the game all over again. I haven't done that yet. But I gotta replay it all over again to unlock all the characters again. And do the Boruto story all over again to unlock all that Boruto stuff as well. Like, ah! But when it was relevant, God, this game was great. But I feel better playing it on PS3 though, because the buttons are bigger. Oh yeah, another thing that I like about the PS4, we got a purple controller. I don't think we got one of these on PS3, but God, this thing is sexy. And then more sequels that I got that, you know, I liked besides Naruto. Mirror's Edge Catalyst is also one of my top 5 because I liked the concept of Mirror's Edge originally, but like I was never good at it. But this is just an open world version of that, and it's prettier, and oh my God, I want to play this again actually. Like nobody's gonna care if I stream it, but like the game I like a lot, so I'm probably gonna play it again on my own time sometime. And then Infamous Second Son, this is still one of my favorite PS4 games. Like, it's beautiful. I played it again recently. It's starting to show its age because of the way the mechanics are, but like I love this game now. But number 1, it's kind of obvious. Crash. I bought this game 3 times so far, and I'm excited to buy it another time eventually. if I ever get an Xbox. I'm gonna rebuy Crash Team Racing again eventually too, like on Switch. I'm not gonna get it on PC, but I'll get it on Switch. But I got this game on PS4, Switch, and PC. And of course, we still got more games coming out on PS4, like Last of Us 2. I cannot wait for that. This game's gonna be so great. But I did get a lot of games on PS4. I got a crap ton of games on PS4, kinda. Just not a lot of shooters. Definitely not a lot of shooters. In fact, no shooters. But yeah, I do like the PS4. Like, in the end, I do like the console. It is a fun time. But for a while, I was preferring my PS3 over my PS4. And do I still do that? I honestly don't know. Oh yeah, so I was talking about like when I got my PS4, the original one. I think I made a video when I first got it. I'll include a clip right here if it's still up. Hello, what's up guys? Kyle here from Kyle's Game Room. And check out these new shades, they're awesome. Alright, anyway, I got something that might make people jealous. I made a video talking about how I'm getting a PS4, and it got 2 dislikes and 3 likes. So a couple people were proud, other people are all like, oh, I'm jealous, I'm gonna leave a dislike. So ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the PS4. Yeah, man, your boy glowed up. Not even like just like physically, I mean like quality and everything. Like with that, I was doing like a flip cam with little to no lighting, and now I'm using a DSLR with like 3 different sources of, well, technically 4 sources of light. Like, I'm so proud of like how much things have changed. Kinda. But anyway, like, yeah, like I like the PS4 for the most part. Like, it had a good life. Like, I think the PS3 had a more epic one, more ambitious and all that stuff. A lot of things were changing, like 1080p, multiplayer. Oh yeah, I don't like the fact that you have to pay for online. That's bullshit on this one. But I don't know, like, I was hoping there'd be like a lot of stuff coming up to the plate, like what PS3 provided to the plate, and no, like, it was only a small step up, in my opinion. But I'm both excited and nervous about what the PS5 is gonna bring. Let me know in the comments your favorite memories on PS4, what you expect out of PS5, your favorite games. Like, I want to know how much you like the PS4. Unless you're an Xbox fan, then I guess let me know why you preferred Xbox over PS4. Like, it doesn't have to be a big argument. I just want to know like what you like. But yeah, I don't have too much to say left. I just wanted to voice my opinion on the PS4. I thought it was boring at first, but then it eventually became something I really did like. Or at least I have to say, I liked it a lot more than I kind of expected, maybe? I don't know. I like how we got like little to no Sonic games. We got Sonic Mania, that's a good one, but the other Sonic games are kind of garbage. So I don't know, I think there's gonna be a side of me that's gonna like the PS3 more than the PS4. I think that's always gonna be a thing. But the PS4 does have a lot going for it, and I will always respect that. I didn't play Fortnite, by the way. I like the PS4, I guess. I don't love it. I love the fact that it brought back Crash. That's the only thing I love about it. That's it. But yeah, thank you for watching. I love you guys to death. If you like what you saw and you're new, sub, I guess. I don't know. I've done a PS4 collection video in the past, but I've gotten a lot of games physically since then, and I feel like I should redo that video. But I feel like I should wait until after the PS4 is kind of done, or at least I get the last few games I want to get on PS4 in general. Like, not just like future releases. There's like a couple of games that have come out that I still want to get. Like Abe's Odyssey. God, that game's freaking expensive. I don't want to pay freaking $80 for it, but I'm going to. One day. But as of right now, I'm recording this on Christmas, and my family's out there. I gotta go out to them. So, I love you guys so much. I'm gonna try and put out more videos now that I got this new recording equipment. And I'm excited. I love you guys so much. And, oh yeah, social media is in the description. Definitely check those out. And I'll see you on the next one. So, peace.